Okay, so I just read One Piece chapter 1131. I don't know if it was like I was worried that TCB was done for good. They were not putting out this translation this time, and I was like really getting nervous as the day Thursday nothing. Sometimes it comes out Thursday. I was like, okay, it's just a Friday week, right? Friday nothing. I was getting antsy. I was getting nervous. Alberto had shared another Fran translation that he found, and I started reading. I'm like, this is really rough. I'm gonna be patient and wait. And I waited for TCB, and sure enough, the TCB translation was much clearer. So thank you to the people, the kind folks at TCB, doing the illegal shit that that is needed to be done in good quality. Anyway, I actually took notes this time because I knew I was just going to be a rambling mess scrolling through the chapter. So I took some notes, like bullet points, to sort of just like, track my thoughts and keep things a little bit more cohesive this time. Maybe I'll try doing this for most of my One Piece talks in the future, unless I'm like on location somewhere or something. But yeah, God, this is such a fucking exciting chapter. I am absolutely thrilled. I can't remember if the structural tree of Elbaf being the atom tree is something that has been revealed already, or something that I or a theorist had headcanoned a long time ago, but it's been officially confirmed by Loki in this chapter that that is the case. It is no more speculation, no more I'm not sure, I don't know. My head is confirmed. This has been confirmed verbally, and that's really cool. And there's definitely this like, and I watched a recent video by Morge that was really good about this. There's definitely this cohesive connection to all like these like early like pre Void Century civilization places, like like Elbaf, Wano, and Fishman Island in that sense. And like here we see the most clear parallel with the two trees. Yeah, just interesting stuff to ponder. So, Loki is trying to get Luffy to free him from his chains. It's their Sea Stone confirmed. Oh, I meant to look up the bounty to see how big. I'll look that up right now. How big exactly Loki's bounty was in relation to other characters. Okay, interestingly, he doesn't crack the top 10, I think, right now. I thought that he would. I thought that that revealed the bounty was like narratively intended to show, oh my god, this guy's a fucking monster. But no, it seems like he doesn't necessarily crack the top 10. But it seems like he's sitting just right under the top 10, or maybe somewhere in the top 20, just for bounty reference. I'm not a power scaler. I'm not a bounty guy. I thought that's the narrative trick that they were doing there. But yeah, so that doesn't seem to be the case, actually. Anyway, so he's trying to persuade Luffy to get him out. And he says the key to it's Sea Stone chains, obviously. So the power is the not being able to use the power is the only thing that's keeping him there. So the Devil Fruit power is going to be something that makes him like an absolute problem. The so he's saying it's in a nearby village. The key, maybe this could be a translation thing. Like maybe it's it like what he says. It's in. I think he says it's in the village. Where does he say it? Somewhere in the village. So I wonder if that's like a translation issue for like whatever the main city of Elbaf is. That could very well be the case. But it's weird that like a key to something this dire and this serious to be like this insanely powerful Prince of Elbaf would be just in a random nearby village. So I'm wondering if it's just a translationary thing that's referring to like the main city of Elbaf. I don't know. I don't know. But what is interesting to me is like what this whole sequence says about Loki's nature. There's a lot of clashing things here still, and I think that's very much intentional. I think there's an intense ambiguity around Loki's nature right now that Oda's trying to craft, whether he is, a good-hearted person or if he's like a sinister villain. I will go through the evidence on both sides and sort of say what I kind of the conclusion I come to. So there's him, being tied there in the first place. I've explained in multiple videos before that I think that that's probably more of an issue of his father being villainous rather than him per se. And I think it's an all misunderstood, misconstrued, misblamed situation. So I'm not taking that as like really any evidence either direction, to be quite honest. But the oh my god, I'm totally blanking what I was going to say. So he has these cultists around, these guys in these black robes that are sort of trailing him and doing things for him while he's tied up here. And, I really don't know their nature per se, but they don't seem to be menacing or evil upon first glance. They seem to be like sort of like a silly like ragtag group. And, there's been silly ragtag groups. I mean, like Doflamingo's crew, which is probably is like very silly in ragtag, and not all of them are inherently evil. There are like a lot of them have like really good hearts in the long run. But overall, as in the Don Quixote family crew is like a very like, villainous presence. So I'm interested to see, but I think it doesn't seem like they're too villainous just right off the bat. This could be completely disproven next chapter. But just the fact that he has this ragtag group that's like still loyal to him lets me think like, hey, maybe there's some people that know the truth about him, and maybe he still has like as a kind-hearted person. So that's actually, that's actually more leaning for me in that direction. I'm actually getting texts right now live from my One Piece group chat about like theories and stuff. But anyway, so Loki seems to have befriended and tames these vicious animals in the area, and that's leaning more something like, on the good end as well, where it's like, Loki is really like, he sees behind this like vicious, like snarling, monstrous exterior and befriends them and tames them and sees like, that they're just simple creatures, and he, like comes to befriend them. So that's something that leans me toward good as well. The fact that Luffy was able to befriend them in the same way, So, yeah. But the strikes here are obviously him, like, thinking about killing Luffy once he gets him out, just for disrespecting him, and the arrogance around that, and him calling himself the Sun God, of course. There's a lot of arrogance around that. And also his disparaging of Shanks for unknown reasons. We don't know. I wonder if they have a past. I really do. I think there's a lot alluding here to him having some sort of past conflict, past battle. Maybe Shanks is who helped them, imprison them there in the first place. I don't know. Those are all things that really allude to more of a villainous side. But overall, right now, I am still leaning toward Loki being, rough on the outside, and like, has a lot of things he needs to clean up about his act, but overall being deep down good-hearted. That's kind of where I'm leaning at the moment right now. This could change any chapter. This could be like, we could have a totally different story here any week. So I'm like, saying all this with a grain of salt. That's just where I'm leaning right now. But that whole sequence also confirms that Shanks is still local, still around the island. So what I said in my last video about this might not be the arc in which Luffy and Shanks meet, I think it might. I think it's really well it might be. It seems like it's really building toward that. Yeah. There was a spoiler I got for this chapter that didn't happen. I was so like sad that I got a spoiler, but it didn't actually happen in the chapter. So I got a spoiler like of that. The kid pirates were on the island looking for Kid's washed up body, and that never happened. I thought I was like totally proven right that I just predicted that. Like in my my Elbaf like theories video like this past week, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm so proven right with that. I'm gonna like have a chuckle about that, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen in the chapter, so it was a fake spoiler. So I don't know where I was going at. Anyway, so the rest of the other like Straw Hats that were with Luffy are running across the bridge. The way that bridge has been like paneled and set up has always been confusing to me, like where everyone is on the bridge. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a random observation, but the orientation of where everyone is on that bridge, and like I guess it's because it's so massive in scale that it's hard to convey hard to convey like the cohesiveness of it in the sense of scale. So I was kind of confused, but whatever. So we cut back to the other half of the Straw Hat crew that's still just arriving on Elbaf now. And I do like stand by my theory that I said in my recent video, about like Elbaf theories, that it seems like for a little while at least they're going to have like two separate Elbaf arcs going on, where we'll have like these like newer Straw Hats, dealing with all the Soul stuff that's going on, and have the older Straw Hats dealing with all the Loki stuff for now. Obviously, these are going to converge at some point, but maybe soon, maybe sooner than I think, maybe in the next few chapters. I don't know. Just for now, I think it's interesting that we could like. There's so much here to address on Elbaf that it seems like the right move is to kind of split them up and address simultaneously all these plot threads that have been building for the past like almost 30 years of the manga, and all of it seems to be culminating around Elbaf, but yeah, fucking Brooke giving Robin's haircut. Oh my god, I I audibly like went like a fangirl, like looking at that panel. Oh my god, she's she's the love of my life. I adore her. No, will a human woman ever match up to Nico, like a real tangible woman ever match up to Nico Robin? I don't know. I love her to death. She's the love of my life, and this panel only affirmed it. I'm fangirling. Anyway, like I understand, like Beatlemania. When I look at this picture of Robin, I'm like, ah! That was an exact reaction. But anyway, like she's all excited to see Saul. They're all excited, and then it cuts to the island. Like something happened to Saul. This I think this was a meme from the translators specifically, but they said he's fallen. Help! Saul's fallen and he can't get up, which is obviously like is a common line from the hilarious Line of Life alert commercials that are super popular in the US. So like obviously that's I think was like a memeing from the translators. But yeah, so something's happened to Saul. We don't know what. I wonder if this is just a cliffhanger-esque like moment to sort of like up the stakes and up the anticipation for the next chapter, but we're going to be revealed to not be a specific thing. If they fucking do this shit where he's dead before he can reunite with Robin, I will fucking lose it, because I overall think he should have stayed dead. I don't think they should have brought him back as a character. I think it would have been, it's better narratively, if Robin fulfills Saul's will without him being alive. But the fact that they did make him alive, if they pull that shit, I will fucking lose it. They already did make him alive, so if they cut her like that again, oh my god, I ruined her hopes. That panel back in Egghead when she found out Saul was alive and she was crying like that, oh my god. If they break my girl's heart again, I will lose it. So I bet they better not do that. But yeah, so I really don't know what's going on there. I don't know what to make of it yet. But yeah, overall, I think that's my thoughts on the chapter. I loved this chapter to death. It was so hype, so many exciting plot threads building, more starting to take shape, and I'm really excited to see where this is going. Every week I read this chapter, and I'm so grateful to be a One Piece fan reading in real time as it comes out. It's painful when there's hiatus and everything, but the fact to build the hype and read it every week and just get a little piece of joy, a negative joy every week, no matter how shitty the week is. I'm just so grateful, Loda, for that. So, yeah, those are my thoughts, and thank you for watching.